ABC 1 2 3 ABC 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 1 2 3 ABC in 3 seconds before this video is gonna last and make a square. It's gonna last for about 3 minutes, but in 10 seconds in the first part of the video, I got something that went on for days. I need a girlfriend to secure it, but when I woke up this morning, got attacked by the lady. They made a couple sounds. I did my shower. I seen the Chinese nigga with the nose way after the shower. Put a couple posts on my video, 3 parts a day. It's already 10:15, day 3, October, 3 letters. I let's see. So if I do ABC 1 2 3, register because it makes kids happy. You see, so it's like imagine if CB was a dancer, but he was not really American. He was like it's like a kiddie thing to dance, and then but some dookie girls were saying you can't be that, but I didn't even want to be that, but I had to be isolated from that. So it's like an old German, and it's like, oh, what if the when people were in prison, I'll say it's like a kind of pressure. She's social as a light skinned person, so it's like why would someone even have a dark skinned baby if they were social? You see, so sometimes people will name their kid like Samson and all that, and it won't be really good because like if you were so handsome, why don't you have light skin baby? Because yeah, when you deliver the baby, it's different than having the baby. You see, so when the guy he has a nose that catches the light, so it makes me happy because he looks like a tribal relation to something that looks good in film, that is common sense, but not when people say that the even Michael Jordan has a double nose to an extent. You see, so when this is my morning video, I said, wake up, wake up, wake up, 127, 127, 127, AB, AB3, AB3, 127, 25, sunlight, red, 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 flare, 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 double light, basic attack. So when I do my registry code, that's what I do to like so people would they'll get like lost because they'll be like, hey, it's like Emma because she shines, you see, but she's just a little kid. So at what point in between a little kitty thing and a image was there something of a boundary around something that's kitty? But is it military kitty? Is it dark skinned people kitty? Or is it something of a different boundary that someone might get offended that I go to a black church even without dancing, but dancing is good for a young man without elementary school, you see? So sometimes when people go to a forum, they'll be like, oh, why is it that someone will try to put a boundary on something innocent, something young, something of God, but they claim that they want to do it as an adult tool? That's what I'm trying to tell you. So sometimes when people say, "Oh, why is it that you had a dream about your future and about your life?" But how was a lady 60 years old, but something is kitty? But how was a man 16 years old doing kitty things, but yet a young man talking about a face, a shower, a sink shower, and a talk about how to move the sink in order from the lever and to twist it around the silver plumbing lever to twist it around to make a different meaning from reverse side of what age I was when a video relates to a time frame when this is 2004, the same year as when my Kodak camera, when I got attacked by isolated people who didn't want a man, who wanted to bully me when I was the smallest nigga and I was chubby. But how was it that when I look through the feed, I mention like people with faces, people with things that relate to God. But sometimes when I get 2002, it's big different than 0309 or 0399 because it could be before 90 could be before all ends, and October could be third would be 91 all letters, last three of 12 would be still the first, can't even compare to 12 until it's in that corner. But how could you have an October of one first and second 12 and 1, but it's not even in that corner because there's still about 3,000 hours, uh 60 days until there's even a sunlight of the new year. So when all these people started attacking these morning, I'm like, I'm not gonna let your big comfy ass return to attacking a young man after Kobe dad and Steve attacked Methodist KO. I'm not gonna let your big crybaby ass return like your Jesus out of nowhere. I'm going to express my belief about what I feel and what my reality, because you are in secret with your big crybaby ass, thinking that you were gonna act like a big baby and attack nigga. So that's why dancing is like a kiddie thing, shit. But it's like, what if someone was like, oh, I could be 8 years old and be the same age when I'm 40, but some nigga could dance around and say, oh, I'm 20 years old at age 16, with the trick of saying that, oh, the dancing was, it was performed, it was specific, it was intelligent. And it's like you could try to put a boundary around a 8-year old dancer, but it's like, what if I wanted to do my literature, my color, favorite color blue, my poetry of my song, and I was already the dancer when I was in elementary, but they try to put a thug on it and say, oh, I'm a thug, but I'm not a thug, but I steal the black issue. So sometimes people will get offended and try to attack me like it's a spiritual, violent dance instead of them being a counsel. That's a big baby thing. When I some people don't see it as a big baby thing, but I could be younger and be more mature than someone's whole church when they say that this is my first, second top Rogers and I kick and key. Ali, 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 ole. Ali, 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 ole, ole. Ali, 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 Ali. So it's like sometimes I could do it from my heart, but I have to have a woman because that's why I have the freedom of utensil to practice a little bit different tick to it. Because sometimes when I have my patterns, I say a tiger goes to the left, a lion goes to the right. But when I see the tiger eat the mice, I want some mashed potatoes tonight with a frog. So it's like, how is it that some amphibians will eat mashed potatoes, but in the lion's presence, it will turn into a gerbil's mood because it will be a certain way that animals are beautifuler than dance. But when people try to put a recorded dance and intelligence and tell a young man that he can't do it, what if it's like, man, bro, are you gonna grow up? Are you still trying to dance and attack people? Like, I could see if you were dancing, if you loved it, or if it was artistic, but not if someone is damn near 40 years old saying that people still can't move on in life because they claim that there's some type of thug or murderer. That it's, when I was born, my favorite color is blue. I was born with emotion. I was born as a human and a black trap, a very handsome nigga. So you could be dancing with artificial dance and be trying to attack the real dancer. You see, the real emotional one. You could be trying to kill people and make people afraid of you, because you are some type of grown man who says that you're trying to do artificial dancing. And it's like, that's why I'd be like, okay, that's why I do a hip hop dance. You see, the birds even agree with me. So the lady said she was gonna go, and I was like, okay, I'm when I do dancing, it has to be in a poetic algorithm that's different than all these Viking attack for these years, because it's the Simeon versus the Emerson. So I say, if I sing a song, it has to be. It's not in an R&B. It's in a mold frame of, some people might try to put like a boundary around people and say that they're a murderer in the church. And I'd be like, wait, you're telling me I could listen to my poetic alphabet of God poetry, but you were trying to release a murderous church saying that people have to go to church because you get be free benefits in America from the terrain of the military? But you claim that when I do my Ali Ali Ele Ele Ali Ali Ele Ele Ali Ali O Ole Ole Ali Ali O Ele Ele. So it's like sometimes when I make my pattern, it's like a certain code that relates to my availability and my capability of science that as a young man that might relate to the pattern of one, and I might even have two. But if I have something in order, it might be a certain way that until I reveal that information, people won't know like how I need a woman, because that's how I secure my pattern inside of the sun. So the whole time when I got attacked 3 times this morning after 3 events last night, the three comments section of my video, I know that I want to keep it in an arrogant pocket, brother. But when I got attacked, it might be someone coming to yell out, and I don't appreciate it. You might think you're doing the same thing every day for 3 weeks, like you've been doing all your life, but I might not appreciate it. You might think that, oh, it's funny. I'm doing the same thing every time. Like 3 weeks, 3 weeks should be enough for you to grow up. After 40 years, 50 years of living, I don't appreciate it. So you just think, oh, I'm gonna run my mouth and say that, oh, I'm gonna do the same thing over and over. Some people are trying to grow. Some people are trying to move on in my poetic stanza of proper relation to what I feel when I dance, and not some type of artificial dance attacking people like some thug saying now you want to change because you were doing the same thing every time, like a kitty dance that you didn't understand when was released when a boy was 8, but it was a dance older than that was already older than the boy, well, from a time of you're still doing at age 30 when you have children who were born 10 years after the boy was 8, 20 years after the boy was 8, so already older than the boy was when he was in a video at a certain time around the 90s. So I guess that when I do my thing, I'll say a bird flies over the mountain. It's kind of the top of the video right about there. So when I see it go there, I could go closer, I could go farther, I could move out, and I can go in. Ali, 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 oh, ali, 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 ela, oh, ela, oh, ali, 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 oh, ali, ali, ela, oh. So it's like sometimes when I do my pattern, I like how to do how it emotionally reflects to what I feel and my level of life, my age, and what I like to sound with, because I have remembered that I was 8 years old in 99 when they attacked me with organized stalking. I wasn't able to express my complete contention for my art in the way that I like to do my behavioral and my social sciences related to what I feel when someone might be trying to kill someone and say that they want to get a growth in society because they want to act like a kid and say that it's someone else's fault for things that happen in the world. So if I see this circle, I want to, if the sun goes up and it goes down and the moon, okay, look, you big baby, stop harassing me. You need to grow up. You need to get around and stop harassing me. And you need to take your big crybaby butt and you need to stop acting like a little kid, because nobody can identify you in secret, because you can hide in secret and say that you want to be seen in my video because you're a big crybaby. It can't be seen for your own life when you're a grown man with your own Indian mother or whoever your mother is. When I'm a different, I don't let you have your non-existing offending butt trying to sue me off my videos in my terrain because you want to evict me, calling the police like a white boy because you get jealous and offended at a young man of his behavioral science, because you want to bring your nasty ass out, hateful ass out of secret of what a young man built, because you did exist when you tried to evict the boy and put him in the psych hospital because you claimed that you were jealous and angry, saying that he couldn't prove his belief in God and science from his videos that existed long before that year in 12, before 2020, after age 12, before 2012, because you're hateful but wants to come out like a crybaby clown saying that you're jealous and angry and you want to reveal yourself because you didn't exist at the time the boy built his belief and said, I can't let you be no homosexual. I have to show you the difference of a man and a young man, and you in secret telling people that now you want to show your nasty face and say that people's behaviors because you weren't allowed to hide your face in secret. Okay? Big boy, you're not gonna be in secret at a time you want to get emotional off of what a young man says. Okay, dancing is good, but I do it freely and from the heart and what I feel. What if someone was like, "Oh, I wasn't aware that people can have emotion. I was nigga, you a big ass grown ass teenager. Now you gotta see that you should have known that you didn't really have God in you when you tried to make people say, "Oh, you can't do that," and make hurt people's feelings. But sometimes light skinned nigga with the list, he gotta do what he gotta do because we don't want dark skinned people and white people getting the best of people. That's why when I go to church, I say, oh, I have feelings and I want to be cracking, but not when it's like a girl. And it kind of me saying that's the type of dance I can't dance. I'm not trying to get a girl insecure unless she was kind of like off. She was dating a dookie nigga, now light skinned nigga come around and dance, show her how to do it. But now when I was already light skinned, I was born that way. I don't need no teaching how to be light skinned and young and handsome and poetic, you see? But now these people doing artificial dancing, talking about you can't do it. You don't even allow your own tribe to do it. You the only one doing it, and now you telling people you want to be seen because you claim that when a boy is poetic, you want to bring your nonsense saying that you wanted to allow people to tech using artificial dance that even an African could do if he had isolation. You see. So when I do it, sometimes when I used to do my social dance, it's a difference than artificial dancing. So sometime when I go to a young school, I might be proud to be in my Martin Luther King school dance. I might be influenced by my tribe, available tribe and history of my leadership that might affect me to do a dance of a ceremony dance. You see? So sometimes people might try to hide and say, "Oh, I don't understand it. I don't know where it comes from," because it's something that is sacred to me. That's why I do my artificial dance only after my social well-being of American elementary is related to a different type of realm of someone that says, "Oh, it doesn't matter to me because you don't understand where it comes from." So sometimes when niggas go to school, I'd be like, if it wasn't for America and Martin Luther King, I might not have that elementary environment to express myself in dance, science, Play-Doh, paper projects. You see, I might be isolated to Skokie dirty building with people coming, Germans coming in and harassing me for free. So that's how it goes, you see. So sometimes when I say, man, now I have to feel like a German man because I didn't get to speak up at the time. They locked me in the psych hospital and said that it was funny. It's a part of my real life and my poetry. And I have to be embarrassed when white people come around after the Methodist KO saying, now I'm going to return to being a baby like I already was before I even got defeated in that election. You see? So that's what I'm trying to tell you. So sometimes when it's a person like me, I'll be like, yeah, people will be like, he is God. This nigga say, oh, it's well, because the sun comes out, it shines a little bit, but so did it yesterday and the week before. And every time when I was 8 years old, and every single video that I ever made, the sun was either up today or down for another time. But when I sing the sunlight, what is the key that I can add? A spider and a deography and the moves and the adverb. Cause I wanna see the difference of the sun and the spirit of the time. Cause I smile right now. I don't want the Germans coming around. I praise the Lord for being an American. I don't need no angry man being loose saying that you was in secret. So when you hate on my video, please mind your business and don't try to call the police against me because you're some type of hillbilly. Thank you very much. So you got to realize when they called when these hillbillies called the police on me, they were murderers. You see, they try to say they didn't exist, but they was honking their horns with these metal objects, saying that they were saying, "Oh, I wanted to be seen." Sometimes the all these vehicles parked around here, this building, it might not be as safe as people perceive when they evicted me from my apartment. These Mexicans might be very crafty when they say that they someone lost an election because they claimed they were trying to defeat my derogatory of adverbs and poetry and rhyming that could relate to the sunlight of a different pattern of things that's entered into the uh, correlation of the movement of this video and the adverb of the noun the son of the pronoun of the line, and the geological alphabet and dictionary of the combination that could be in the word in one moment of what I feel when I've been attacked for a long time since might express something from when I was 8 years old, and a frame of something that someone might have been in secret saying it can't be allowed for a young man to express what he feels because you might be in a certain box that says, oh, you want to relate to what a young man took his whole life to build because you claim you can get it in a second because you're white and the boy can't speak for his belief because you can call the white police and say that he has to be with black people because he's light skinned because you don't want there to be a condition of your freedom that he stands for his belief at a time that other people can't inherit that belief because you can isolate someone calling the police and locking them in the psych ward saying that they can't release a public video because you claim that you want to make yourself free off of what a bird felt because you know who you are and you don't even exist at a time you try to make people respect you and fear you saying that you can get rights that aren't related to reality and social relation to any type of tribe or literature freedom or poetic freedom or technology freedom when you try to withhold something that belongs to young man but he stands for his rights and justice and his spirit of civil rights and American beliefs about framing images of God's image in the presence of God's love and the poetry that could relate to the name of the Lord and his manhood, and at a certain age might be different than an age 8 and a 30-year old attack of the line. King Walmart walk before whatever this tablet return when someone says, oh, you're some type of intelligent man who wants to reveal your nasty self, claiming you had so many views. It's too bad because at the end of the day, I could have one view and that person could mean be a billionaire. I could have one view. You could have a 300,000 views of people spitting on the floor and being dirty because you can claim that you intelligently harass someone because you can't get a reality that you don't have to express because you claim you could creep around and lock people in the psych ward because you claim it's funny that when the boy builds his life and proves his belief, you say it can't be proven that you exist because you claim that he's not crazy when you claim that you have a nasty spirit and it's not allowed to manifest with you in secret.